everybody, and welcome to Ep.4 of the Princeton Playbook. Today, we're going to recap a little bit of the MLB trade deadline. And now, with the NFL preseason in swing, we're going to talk a little bit about the NFL and our projections for this upcoming season.
So I feel like we should begin with the biggest trade probably that went down was the Padres and the Athletics, Mason Miller, JP Sears to the Padres, and Leo DeVries, the number
Leo,
three prospect among others, to the A's. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think obviously it's the Padres, and they always make a trade of this sort every deadline, it feels like, where it's crazy. That's just in their DNA at this point. And I think obviously they gave up so much in Leo DeVries, which is the number three prospect in all of baseball, along with their number five overall prospect and the number 14 and 15. But at the same time, with the lineup you have now, you're getting one of the best closers in the sport who will be on your team for 3 more years. So I think it's honestly a win-win type trade.
The
But if
team control is huge.
yeah, but if you're the A's, you have to be ecstatic about that return.
Exactly. I mean, this just feels like the kind of Juan Soto kind of deal that they got on. Because
Yeah,
when they got Juan Soto, they made it to the CS. They had an incredible run. I mean,
yeah.
they do
But
anything to get there or even farther this year.
But then again, think about those prospects with the Nationals: James Wood, C.J. Abrams, Mackenzie Gore.
Exactly.
That's the centerpiece of their team right now.
So yeah, trading top prospects usually, um, it's not ideal,
Yeah,
obviously, when you got that kind of guy coming up.
in
It's
the long,
exactly like James Wood, because
yeah,
I think Leo DeVries is going to be a top 20 at least player one day.
at least he's his skill level is crazy, and you also have to think of if he was not from the U.S., he would have been drafted this past year in this past draft, and yet because he's from the Dominican, he's already been signed. He's already at high A, posting these incredible numbers.
Flying through that system, and also that A's team now. I mean, Nick Kurtz, Jacob Wilson,
Yeah,
Leo DeVries, Lawrence Butler.
yeah, they're so young. Obviously, I'm
I mean,
sort
they need
of,
a little bit of pitching, obviously, but
yeah, I'm surprised they didn't trade Luis Severino because he's not going to be a part of their future. And he's spoken so many times on how much he hates pitching for the A's.
should have came back to the Mets. I mean,
Yeah, who wouldn't have taken him, honestly?
yes, he's been pretty bad this year, though. I don't
Well,
know.
his home road splits are crazy.
Yeah, we should also talk about a little reunion with Carlos Correa and the Astros.
That's pardon the pun, but that was out of right field. That was
I don't know how I feel, but it kind of makes sense.
it makes sense. The Astros need him, and it's almost like they're trying to just rebuild that team from how many years ago and try to rebuild that team with some younger guys and try to go win it all, which I don't hate. It's a good strategy for them.
I mean, the Twins, I remember in the last episode we talked about how the Twins might not trade everybody.
They traded the house.
Boy, we were wrong. I mean,
Everybody gone.
I honestly thought they could be like contending with like Jenkins and stuff coming up in a few years, but I guess I'm not really sure what their vision is anymore. Because Buxton's getting old. Royce Lewis can't stay healthy. There's no
If
like
you're gonna
clear
trade
direction.
if you're trading away the guys you traded away, would you have traded Buxton too? Royce Lewis?
I guess that means they view those guys as the centerpiece going forward, which I'm not a big fan of, to be honest.
I can get Royce Lewis if he does stay healthy, but I cannot see
A
Byron Buxton.
31-year-old Byron Buxton.
Yeah, by the time this team's contending, but it's one of those things of being a small market team. It's just not going to work. And I do think part of it was most of the prospects they got back in return should be in the majors at a similar time period, which is pretty big.
You're also not going to get many people to sign with you. I mean,
No, who wants to sign
in the
him?
middle of March when, games start, it's gonna be like 40 degrees outside.
They're one of
You're
those
not gonna hit
they
anything.
get the rare snow game. Them,
Yeah.
Colorado, Detroit. Those are your main snow game locations.
Well, Colorado people are signing with you because but we'll get
Bombs away. Uh, oddity of the trade deadline: two Twins were traded before the Twins traded anybody. Tyler and Taylor Rogers.
Tyler. Yeah,
They were both traded.
Tyler's a Met. We should just talk about our teams for a second here.
Yeah,
I'm pretty happy with the Mets trade deadline haul, but I am very concerned about this team against left-handed pitching because we have zero right-handed bats
and
besides
left.
like Pete Alonso.
Yeah,
Because
Lindor, Soto. It's really
Lindor, Soto, Nimmo, Mullins, we just got. He's a good defender, solid hitter, but left-handed bat.
yeah. I think that's the only thing I almost, as a Phillies fan, obviously, could we have gone a left-handed closer instead of getting a righty just for
Alvarado's will be back at some point. That's the sort of vision, I guess, with that.
yeah, man.
I did hear some rumors that like guys like Robert and those kind of guys, those teams were demanding Jonathan. And if that is the
Yeah,
case, there's no way the Mets are doing it. Because
I would.
Jonathan is leading all of minor league in strikeouts right now.
Yeah, I was hearing that a lot of teams were asking for Andrew Painter from the Phillies, and I was just like, why would we do that? I think
That
Painter
is,
gonna,
there's a certain point, like when you ask that, like ask for painters, I mean, what do you think they're gonna say, you know?
yeah, like at that point you're just saying get away, and we don't want to trade with you.
Pretty much.
Like I don't know. As a Phillies fan, I think the Phillies and Mets probably had two of the best deadline and accusations in the sport this year. I think the Phillies shored up their center field hole with Harrison Bader because I honestly think he's just as good of
Hurt
a.
me as a Mets fan, man. He was a fan favorite.
Everybody loves him everywhere he goes. It's gonna be exciting. Crowd yesterday or Friday, I don't know when this will be put out, but Friday the crowd was just electric. Johan Duran was absolutely absurd, and I think he may
Third
have
best entrance in baseball.
third.
The
Like
Mets have two of them, man. The Trumpets and Ryan Helsley with Hell's Bells. Eighth
okay,
and ninth inning.
trumpets, yeah. Helsley's pretty good. I'm gonna go trumpets, Duran, Helsley.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think Helsley's good, but seeing the spiders and the fire last night was just absurd for Duran.
Yeah.
They asked him in his interview after that, "Are you letting them score?" He said, "No chance." He didn't even need the interpreter. He just said, "No chance."
Yep. The
Like,
four pitches is all it took him.
oh, four splitters, splinkers.
Four splitters. Yeah,
I saw
that's
one and I'm like, I don't know how
that's
anybody's
some
gonna.
good stuff. Yeah.
That's the sort of the thing though. Even as a righty, that splinker's moving away from a lefty.
Yeah. But I feel like with both of our teams, we gave up too much for what we did.
I think the Mets did at times for the Phillies. I'm not sold on Mick Abel from the time I've seen him. So I
McGable
that
and
tight. I was
Eduardo Tate, yeah.
very. They
Those
were
are two
two.
top 100 guys you just gave up.
I
That's for Duran, I don't really think that's a smart move for the Phillies. And as for the Mets, Tyler Rogers, we gave up Blade Tidwell, who you probably remember from that Friday night game.
yeah. I
Shut you guys down, and then we pulled him because and then you guys teed off.
after he was gone. Yeah, I think you guys, your bullpen is one of the best in the sport now, and that.
Now it is.
But your starters aren't there at times. I feel like in the playoffs, that's going to be the weakness. As
I
teams are
mean,
going
Clay Holmes and Frankie Montas will give you maybe 4 or 5 innings, but
to give those 4 innings where it's like try, you're going to probably get one or two runs, and then in those middle innings, you're going to get runs, and
see
then
now this is where this comes in. What if, Brandon Sproat, Nolan McLean, what if those guys get called up? Long
yeah,
relief roles, spot starts in the playoffs.
no, that's true. If you have just almost do the piggyback strategy, Holmes to one of them or Montas to one of them, that would be good.
Kind of be like last year with like Jackson Jobe or like I
Yeah,
forgot who got called up last year, but yeah, something like that.
yeah, no, that's a smart idea. I like that idea if you're the Mets.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
we still gave up too much. Drew Gilbert was gonna be good.
yeah.
Buto was solid for us. We traded him.
But what else were you going to do? There was no other options.
That was
I
for
don't,
Tyler Rogers. We didn't have to get Tyler Rogers.
yeah, that's true. But I think Also, you got to remember this market was so cornered after Clase wasn't there. Like,
The reliever market, I feel like this year was way too expensive.
yeah, everything was so expensive. You guys set the market with Rogers.
Yep, we set the bar, and then the Padres set the bar even higher with Leo DeVritis.
I
So
was very happy we got Duran because Duran's sort of like a Mason Miller type guy in terms.
Mason Miller with a splitter, pretty much. Or does Mason Miller have a splitter? I'm not
No,
sure.
it's pretty much Mason Miller with a splitter is
Yeah,
what I consider Duran, and it's one less year of team control. But looking at what the Padres gave up, I was that made me happy with the Duran trade.
yeah. I mean, Mets gave up Jesus Baez though for Helsley, and he was one of the more developmental guys. I feel like
Yeah,
it's worth it
that's
though.
true.
Helsley's gonna be good.
Yeah,
Like the World Series thing is just like it's obviously the goal, but like your goal every year is to make it as far as you can. And I think Helsley gets you into doing that.
yeah,
Obviously, it's really competitive this year, so
definitely. I'm looking at the Phillies. You have obviously Duran, you got Strom, Kerkering, and then what's going to be interesting is in the playoffs. Does Andrew Painter go to the bullpen? Does Lazardo go? And we're going to have David Robertson.
mhm.
So I get it. The bullpen doesn't look as bad when you can get starters back there, obviously, for all teams. And that helps a lot.
Final thing we should talk about before we get into NFL here is Eugenio Suarez. What's the Mariners in a separate trade than Josh Naylor?
Me and you both didn't think it was going to happen because the trade had already happened. And I think it was just what I've heard is they wanted to see if the market would develop for him.
That makes sense.
There really wasn't a market, if I'm being honest. It was that return was very mediocre for him. You
Yeah.
like if I'm the Phillies, even though we don't need a third baseman, just to insert him into the lineup, I would have paid that price.
Yeah.
But you never know. That's that's the mystery of the deadline. You don't know what teams offered. You don't know what conversations took place. You never know.
Mariners had a great deadline. They have the best farm system in baseball and they barely mess with that and they
They
got
didn't.
better major league team. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, they're
that was
gonna be good. Especially they just stole Cade Anderson from the draft.
Joel Anderson. That was pretty crazy to be able to steal
So
that late. I don't know. You want to go to NFL?
let's do it. Standings predictions here, I guess. You don't have to do record or anything if you don't want to. But start
Yeah.
off with the AFC East. Who do you have finishing in last place? We'll go place by place.
Last place to me, it's between the Patriots and Jets, but I'm going to go Patriots last. I do see they have a future. There's guys there that I think could contribute, but just not yet.
I'm with you here, but I'm gonna go to New York or East Rutherford, if you
Yeah.
will. And I'm gonna pick the New York Jets just to really it's gonna be a
Last,
transition year for them. Uh with a new head coach in place. Obviously the Patriots too, but
yeah.
um
Patriots, at least Drake May can sort of carry them. I don't feel like Justin Fields is ever going to be able to carry a team.
Fields, yeah, and also with the Jets, there's always, a quarterback concern that's never really there with the Patriots.
Nope.
I don't know if it's the coaching or whatever, but
It seems like the Patriots are always no. Jets just are a cursed franchise.
just go to third place. I'm going with the Patriots. You're probably going with the Jets.
Jets, it's just gonna.
I mean, that's just the consensus, I guess. I
I
think the Patriots defense is actually good. They got Spillane, they got Gonzalez, they got
Yeah,
solid guys over there. Drake May, obviously Diggs is a
yeah,
really good receiver there. And then they drafted Will Campbell, the best offensive lineman in the draft.
for sure. I think the Jets are just really lacking up front in the trenches. They don't have anybody great on the line. They don't have anybody great either line.
Those
And
two teams will be close though. It'll be like 5, 6, 7 wins there.
it's going to be a battle for last. But you'll see. And then I think second, who do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Miami Dolphins in second. As much as I think they'll be a lot better than last year, and they'll
Yeah,
probably be pushing for a playoff spot. Like a healthy Tua with a healthy Tyreek and Jalen Waddle is scary.
that team
But
be scary, but
in a
concussion.
pretty easy division, I think second place is realistic for them.
I also think second place is realistic of in the playoffs because you're gonna have some easy wins against the Jets and Patriots.
Hmm.
That's you're probably 3-1 in those games. It's a great start to build off of, obviously, and then hopefully you can win some others and get a wild card spot.
Going to Dolphins?
Yeah, Dolphins, I agree. And then Bills, there's just something special I feel like about the Bills recently with Allen and
The
just that
Bills will
year.
come in first place like they always do.
Yep.
Whatever happens to like you can do anything to that team and they'll still finish like 12 and 5.
Oh no, you can. It's like the Steelers being 9-8. It just always happens.
Yep.
And
No matter what,
you're gonna
they're
have
gonna win.
flaming tables. You're gonna have snowballs being thrown. I feel like the Bills season is just always this happy regular season, and then something happens in the postseason.
In the postseason, but I think they could have a good ride. We'll do a playoff prediction, obviously, at the end of the episode. But
Yeah,
yeah, Bills in first, and let's go over to the AFC North now.
AFC North, last place. Do we? Or I assume we're both in agreement with the Browns.
Yep, we
Uh,
are gonna go both the Cleveland Browns. They have five different quarterbacks.
and
Like
nobody knows which of them's gonna start.
I don't understand the vision right now in Cleveland. I guess the vision is to test all of them out because there's
Has
a
there been a good vision in Cleveland?
not really, obviously. I don't
Uh,
know. I guess if you have five quarterbacks, one of them should be decent, right? I mean, that's their philosophy, I guess. I don't know.
you never know with Cleveland.
And
That's
Chubb's gone. Cooper's been gone. I mean,
yeah,
it's a rebuild year for Cleveland.
yeah.
Yeah.
It, they're going to be competing for the number one overall pick.
Mhm.
That's a team that's going to be down there. And now, second or third place, I feel like all three of the teams left are going to be great teams, and one of them is going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Though it could be a division that gets three teams in.
Mhm.
Like they could get three wild cards. I wouldn't be shocked. But I'd go number three, me personally, the Bengals.
Or the Bengals? Yeah,
Yeah,
that defense is a concern.
yeah, I
The
just don't
offensive line is a
think
concern, but
defense. And I honestly think with the offensive line, there's a lot of risk of does Burrow get hurt from that?
that is a risk.
Like I would not be surprised in any sense if early in the season Burrow goes down with an injury.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go with your Steelers in third place here. I think that defense is just it's the opposite of the Bengals in my opinion.
Yeah,
Defense will be rock solid. The offense might have some tough time scoring. Obviously, with DK now and Aaron Rodgers, you not really know how that's gonna work. You don't really have a running back. Uh,
I don't know. I think people are underestimating Cody Johnson. He he's a dog.
yeah, but I think, that's a tough division to win in.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think, them and the Bengals will be close, but I think the Steelers hovering around that 8 or 9 win mark, I think that's a
And
realistic
normal.
uh goal for or expectation for the Steelers. Like, it is every year. So
It's every season. It's like the Bills.
it's gonna be one game. So I'm gonna go second place with the Bengals. I think that offense is way too good for that team to finish in third place.
That's sort of me with the Steelers is the defense is too good, and I think in the
Hey, I respect that. That's
so I was gonna go Steelers in second, and then
obviously we both got
Ravens.
the Ravens
Yeah, it's just
first place. That team is just
more.
incredible.
It's all cylinders. They're gonna run it down your throat. They can pass in the air. It's just everything with the Ravens
Keep in mind, Zay Flowers, that's one of my breakout candidates this year. I think he can have a really good year. And
for sure.
obviously,
Gonna be
one of the best defenses in football, one of the best offenses in football. I mean,
yeah, for sure. They're just such a good team. They're a very serious Super Bowl contender for
for
sure.
sure, for sure.
Maybe the worst division in sports now, or in the NFL. Would you agree with that?
For the AFC West,
FC South.
going to the South? All right, we're going to go to the South.
That's what I was gonna go. That's my list of ranking or order.
All right, we can go to the South. In last place, I'll start with this one. I'm gonna go with the Tennessee Titans.
I'm with you.
Cam Ward it's gonna be a experimental year in Tennessee.
Yeah,
New really new system here.
feels like
They don't really have any receivers. Their defense is, whatever.
yeah,
Cam Ward, yeah, it's not gonna be like Jaden Daniels where there's like a system set in place. So I don't think Cam Ward is gonna like have that kind of jump in year one as Jane Daniels did. And unless he does, the Titans will probably finish in last.
Even if he does, they still might finish in last. I don't know. The team's just not great around him. Can you name one other offensive player on that team?
Tony Pollard.
Oh yeah, I guess Pollard's on it now, but it's not a great team. If Pollard's the one guy you can name, that's saying something.
Right, yeah.
Um,
Hey,
so
Spears isn't bad. I mean, he's a
yeah,
solid like week 16 fantasy back if you're in a pretty
yeah,
a good league with a lot of people, but I don't
yeah.
know.
And then I guess second to last in that division, I would go with the Indianapolis Colts.
I would have to agree with you here. The Indianapolis Colts, I think this team is gonna be bad this year. It's not as bad as the Titans because they do have some good receivers.
With
Pittman, Alec Pierce,
Richardson and Daniel.
Josh Downs, uh, Adonai Mitchell. Jonathan Taylor's a good back.
But Taylor's a good back, but when you have Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones as your quarterback, I can't see you not being that far down.
I'd rather have Anthony Richardson, I'm not gonna lie. But
Yeah, I was thought he may be okay, and then just in recent years, I just don't know if he has the drive to be a NFL number one quarterback.
yeah, for sure.
Um, now let's go second in that division. I'm going to Jacksonville Jaguars. You in
I'm also
agreement?
gonna go with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think Travis Hunter, both sides of the ball, is gonna be good. Trevor Lawrence, we saw you know what he can do when he's not hurt and getting uh destroyed on a slide for first downs
Yeah,
um and yeah, I think that Jaguar team can be pretty decent this year.
I agree.
Travis Etienne has to bounce back. He's going to bounce back.
Yeah,
Brian Thomas Jr. is an absolute freak,
yeah,
and that's just that's a really solid team to be honest. Liam Cohen, we know what he's gonna do. He's got a solid, foundation of leading a football team. So I think he's the right man to. I think the Jacks can surprise a lot of people this year. I think they can hover around 500, maybe even above.
yeah. I feel like Trevor Lawrence is honestly a really good quarterback and just hadn't been gotten to be seen recently with how he is.
So underrated.
He's so underrated, and so I think with him, he's going to show a lot of people who he is. And with Hunter there, both sides of the ball, he's just going to be that much of a difference maker. And then Houston, I expect Stroud to have a bounce back season, but
I mean, to be honest, no matter what, we know the Texans will finish in first.
yeah,
But it's like, even if you finish in first, there's like if you're a Texans fan, you have to be like, we finished in first, but like, to what degree did we do it?
yeah. Is it going to be
Like, did we
close?
play really, really well to finish in first, or did we, play kind of mediocre and we won a cakewalk division?
Yeah, and honestly, to me, it doesn't look the Texans don't have too many like great opponents this year. They played the Bills, Chiefs, and Ravens. And I would personally sort of gauge that team based on how they do in those three games.
Mhm.
Because if they actually do well in those three games, then I may view them as a serious team that could make a little playoff run. But if they go 1-2 or 0-3 in those games, they're still going to win the division. But I wouldn't view them as having the chance to do very much.
Defense is never the problem in Houston. The
No,
defense is incredible. The
yeah,
offense is, if something's gonna go wrong, it's gonna be the offense, whether it's the offensive line,
yeah,
whether it's their pretty young receiver room with Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, or whether it's Stroud just slumping once again. So
yeah,
uh yeah, not sure what's gonna happen there.
yeah. It's going to be interesting. And then going to the AFC West now, I think last place I'm going the Las Vegas Raiders. It's just a team that has seemed to be in a forever rebuild, and it just seems like they don't have besides Max Crosby. There's nobody great on that team. I just can't see them being anywhere besides last.
I have to agree with you. I think the Raiders should be rebuilding, but they're not accepting that they should be rebuilding.
Yeah, exactly.
Pete
They're
Carroll, I mean, it's gonna be good. Jacoby Myers, wide receiver one. Genti is gonna be a good. good running back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Everybody says Boise State, whatever, but
Oh
yeah. But for me, what gets it done is Geno Smith is not the guy.
no, Geno Smith is not anybody's number one quarterback.
I think he's gonna be have a really bad year. I have a really weird feeling that he's gonna have a bad year.
Seems like there's a lot of Jets quarterbacks who will be at the Jets, then they'll come back, different team, sort of be doing okay, have a great year, and then you never hear about them again.
Mhm.
So yeah, agreement there. Then number three, I'm gonna go a little bit of a surprise here. I'd go to Denver Broncos
Going to Denver.
at number three. I just think, sure, the team's great, but they're a little bit of that story of this great team, young rookie quarterback making a Cinderella run just to even make it into the postseason. And I just think he's going to have a little bit of a sophomore slump. I consider Bo Nix like a very similar guy to CJ Stroud. And I just feel like they're going to have this similar season where this year they don't play great. And it's just not going to be a great
Yeah.
season in Denver.
Knicks is like he has better arm talent in my opinion than Stroud, but he has way worse decision making.
Yeah. And I,
And I'm actually gonna go to the Chargers in third place. A little
okay.
disagreement here. I think, yeah, that receiver room, I think Ladd McConkey is a solid wide receiver one, but is that really the guy you want to have a wide receiver one, like a year two wide receiver going into the playoffs? Not really. And
No.
besides him, there's not really much going on with the Chargers offense. They don't have a tight end. Um, the running back room obviously improved with Marion Hampton with
Yep.
Dobbins now. Herbert is going to be a good quarterback, like he always is, and the defense is going to be it's going to be an okay defense. They got Derwin James and everyone like that, but it's gonna be an okay defense. It's gonna be a middle of the pack team in my opinion.
Yep. I assume we're just flipping our two and three, right?
Yep.
For me, I just think Chargers for me are a little ahead of the Broncos. Also, just because I feel like Herbert, him and Trevor Lawrence are the two most underrated quarterbacks in football, and I think Lam McConkey is going to have a great breakout year. I just feel like they have shown talent these past couple of years. They're sort of in a rebuild, and I feel like this year is the year where they put it all together.
The Broncos come in second for me is just because of the defense. That defense is
Yeah,
probably top three defense in football. That's just incredible how they can stop top offenses like that. And I think that'll be huge, especially come like week 15 and stuff, where
yeah.
it all starts to matter. So
Defense where you want to stop that Broncos defense is really a defense you may want
yeah,
to field.
the only reason why they're not higher is their wide receiver room. Speak
Yeah,
completely honest here.
no, really true. And number one, KC, every year for the past 8, 10 years now, it seems
Yep.
like leads them to number one. It just seems like,
Again, say what you want about that wide receiver room, but whatever wide receivers they have, they're somehow going to make it work. Andy Reid, they're going to
you know,
make it work. The defense is incredible.
Mahomes will find a way with whoever he has. He'll find a way to
Yeah,
get it.
but if something goes wrong, it's with the offense. It's going to be with the offense, whether it's, Kelsey getting older or, the wide
Yeah,
receivers or the running back room is actually going to, I think it's not going to be as strong as like Pacheco was in his rookie year.
yeah.
And,
Seems like never really gotten hurt in his career either. And
mm,
I don't know, that could also be a downfall. Who knows if he does? But like, say Mahomes gets hurt, then that team feels a lot less intimidating.
right, right. Go to the
Good.
NFC East.
Yeah, NFC East, your Giants. I don't know where you're putting them, but
I'm gonna put them in fourth place as a Giants fan. There's not much going on with us this year. The most exciting day as a Giants fan this year will probably be Jackson Dart's debut.
yeah,
It's just an experimental year for them.
yeah,
See what works, see what doesn't, and get a higher draft pick like next year and be ready to go. So
yeah.
I
They've
don't really care about a record this year. I just care about individual performances like Dart, Tracy, Neighbors. I just care about, if they play well against top level defenses, even if we don't win the game, I'd still be happy.
yeah, it's such a young team, and I think that's one of the things is you're not expecting this to be a good year. So I'm in agreement with the Giants just off of everything you said. Um, it's either going to be the day where you're the most exciting day is either Jackson Dart debut or the day where you finally beat the Eagles if you can somehow manage to beat.
No, it's not gonna happen. but
If you do,
maybe like if we play them later on and they bench everybody, we might.
that'd be an exciting day.
And this year, I wouldn't like root for a tank because like we don't have to take a quarterback number one. So
Yeah, no, you're not really rooting for that. It's almost as the Giants, the season where you're not expecting anything, and any wins you do have is just going to be a bonus.
yeah, it's gonna be some random performance too, like Drew
Yeah,
Lock last year. But
yeah,
yeah, also the
and
schedule is it's really tough,
yeah, schedule's brutal.
brutal.
Number three, I am going with the Washington Commanders. Uh,
I'm gonna actually agree with you. I
I don't
I
know.
thought I was gonna be the one to say this, not you. But I'm happy we're on the same page here.
Yeah,
You can explain why first.
yeah. It's not. I think they're a great team. It's they have holes, obviously. They're going to be any team that's battling for a wild card spot. I feel like, but I just think it's more to me. Obviously, Eagles, super winning team. Not going to get too much into that, but I think the Cowboys are a very underrated team. They now got two incredible wide receivers, a quarterback who has a good arm. He's going to make those guys work. He's they're the Cowboys are actually going to be a good team in my opinion this year.
Yeah, the thing that does it for me is the Terry McLaurin situation, because then
That's
your wide receiver room becomes pretty disassembled without Terry McLaurin, and whenever that kind of stuff happens, it's not really great for a team.
yeah,
The offensive line is also Jaden Daniels. I don't think will slump, but I don't think that's the issue. Really, it's that wherever Terry's got going on there, it's not the best. And also, do you remember the 2023 Giants when they had
yeah,
like a last year Commanders type breakout year, and then
yeah.
immediately went back to being bad? I feel like it's
Almost like
all trends point towards that way for me for the
I agree.
Commanders.
And my thing is, I still do think Terry McLaurin may eventually just sign with them or find a way to stay with them,
But again, he's not going to be the same
but
with like.
not going to be the same. He's not going. He's clearly shown he doesn't care enough. He's not going to. As whenever something like that happens, it's also going to affect it, and that's going to bring down everything from Daniels to your running backs because you're gonna expect them to run. It just brings down everything,
Mhm.
and then vice.
Second place, I had the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
I don't really understand how this team is underrated because I think they're pretty good.
I think they're pretty good. I think when your wide receiver room consists of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, as much as their personalities are, it's still maybe the best wide receiver room in the league.
Possibly what is with this Dak Prescott hate? I think he's a great quarterback. I don't care about the
Oh,
contracts, injury, whatever. Javante Williams, solid running back. That cornerback
yeah,
room with Bland and Diggs is incredible.
yeah,
Pass rush, even without Micah Parsons, is good.
yeah.
But yeah, I think the only issue might be their coaching, maybe. That's the
Coaching
only thing
being
that
big.
will hold them back. But I think this is a second place team. Maybe a playoff team. We'll get to seeding after
You want to do playoffs and seeding all next episode?
we can do that. Yeah, we can finish with that
Yeah,
next episode.
let's do that next episode. Just go through divisions now. NFC North, again, one of those incredible divisions. And last place is pretty easy of the Bears.
Give me some time to think about this one because it might not be as easy as you think.
It may not be as easy. I just think the Bears, for me, it's sort of easy because they're still in a transition year. I just don't feel like this is the year. And looking at the other teams in that division,
The Bears, I hate to say it, but they kind of give me last year Commander vibes.
they could with Williams.
Oh, this is tough. It's between the oh nah, they're still in last. It's too hard of a division.
It's too hard for me
It's
to
too
put.
hard of a division. Any other division they'd finish better, but
Yeah, I just don't think in this division they're that good enough for that.
or do I put a hot take out there and put them in higher?
I can't see him higher. Not this year.
Mm, yeah, you're right. In third place, I'll go with the Vikings though.
Third place, I'm in agreement. Just JJ McCarthy is not going to lead you as far as you want him to. As good as
Mhm,
that team was last year, a lot of it was because Sam Darnold played out of his mind. And
mhm.
I think with JJ McCarthy, you're not going to be close to as good of a team.
Nope. In second place, I'm gonna go with the Green Bay Packers.
In agreement there, though they could be sneaky good. I think they're a sneaky good
Yeah,
team.
but we know who's the best team in that division, but
Yeah, we do. It's an easy choice of one, but they could be sneaky good with Jordan Love.
yep, Love is, I think, a very good quarterback.
Yeah,
The wide receiver rooms improved. The defense is great. They got a
everything
good
that,
running back in Josh Jacobs. It's just that it's not that they're gonna have any holes on that team. It's just that they have to play one of the best teams of football twice a year, and
yeah,
they have to happen to be the first place team.
yeah, exactly. And
And that's Detroit Lions.
we just all know the Lions are so good that it's going to be just seeing them. You wonder if they're ever going to be able to win a Super Bowl.
Their
But
only problem is their coaching because Glenn and Johnson are gone.
yeah,
But I mean, Jared Goff, Amon Ra, Jamison Williams, all studs. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery,
the run
Aiden
back,
Hutchinson, Brian Branch.
it's just the whole entire team. And I don't know if you've watched Quarterback. Have you watched Quarterback on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
Okay, but it's just in it. Jared Goff is always saying this team's different, and I very much agree with that statement. They just seem to be completely different than all other teams in the NFL.
And they're also playing with a chip on their shoulder this year. That's scary.
Yeah, that team with a chip on their shoulder with their mentality is so scary.
And let's go to the South. Yeah,
Um,
South.
Again, I'd say worst division in the NFC. Um,
I don't know what's with the South divisions, but last place I'm getting with the New Orleans Saints.
yeah,
Uh, they're probably gonna get the number one pick.
they probably are. It's so hard not to see them.
I don't really think I can think of a bright spot right now in New Orleans,
Yeah,
other than like maybe Chris Olave.
and maybe hoping Tyler Show plays okay.
Well, Rattler will start,
Is
but
they're saying Rattler's going to start over Show.
probably will. I mean, you don't get a second round rookie to start a week one game, I don't think.
I don't know. Maybe you do just to try to get the number one overall pick next year.
To get Arch.
Yeah, to get Arch. Do you have Show play just so you can get Arch next year?
What if show's good?
Well, then you have a surprise on your hands and you don't need Arch.
Yep. Whatever they do, they'll finish last.
Same with Rattler. It's no matter what, that team does not have a bright spot. Most exciting day for them is probably when they find out whatever pick they're going to get.
Most Sundays probably when they play the Giants because they'll probably beat them.
You never know. They're going to get one surprising win somewhere. But,
Every
that's,
bad team has that one win. It's like the Rockies last night. I mean,
yeah, they're going to get something crazy.
yeah. Third place. I
Third,
think
I'm going to Carolina
we
Panthers.
should agree with that. They give me Miami Marlins vibes for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the colorway or the players, but they feel like the Miami Marlins.
It just seems like a team that could actually maybe surprise a couple of people and not
It's
be.
like the team that's never going to be good enough to make the playoffs, but never bad enough to get a good pick.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
stuck in a loop.
Stuck in a loop of mediocrity, but not exactly worse than mediocre, but not bad. And yeah, I don't know. Saints, Carolina are not great, but they're going to get some wins from getting to play each other. So
Yeah, Carolina might sweep that. I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
because I think Bryce Young is gonna have a great year.
Bryce Young, I think he's going to show there's a reason he was drafted as high as he was.
Yep. Ted McMillan is also gonna have a good year. That
McMillan,
offense is like with Hubbard and stuff. I think it's pretty good.
offense,
Issue is their defense. Horn is
defense,
great, but
defense is
everyone else isn't really great. They
number,
needed a defensive upgrade, and they didn't really get that.
yeah, number two, the Atlanta Falcons.
The Atlanta Falcons. I am actually gonna go.
Oh, you're going with
No,
the
I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons. It was a pump fake.
pump. I just think as much as the Falcons have London and Bijan, it's still when you're paying a backup quarterback a 4 year, $180 million contract just to be a backup, it's so hard to construct a good team around it.
Mhm.
And that to me is the issue. And I just don't think they have the money to get other good guys who can actually take this team above second.
Mhm. Can I actually make a? I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm gonna make a change in the predictions for the North. I'm actually gonna put the Bears above the Vikings. Is that crazy? I need a hot take in there somewhere. So
Bears,
when I'm editing this video, I'll put that in there. So if you're seeing Vikings in fourth and Bears in third, and like wondering whatever's going on, and you made it to this part of the episode, just know that I'm putting the Bears with the Vikings because I need some excitement up here, you know?
I don't mind it. I don't. The Bears could be a team that changes everybody's mind. I don't hate that at all.
And let's not forget the Vikings 2 years ago finished below 500. It's not like this team has a sustained winning culture yet.
No, it's not. It's not like they're a winning culture, and they're one injury away from being down in fourth,
Mhm.
and that's what's going to be there. Number one in the South, Tampa Bay.
The greatest wide receiver room in the NFL, or
It's
depth in the
yeah, well,
NFL.
it's Denver to Cowboys in terms of top two, but yeah,
Oh yeah, stars. I mean, I'm talking about depth. I mean,
yeah.
Evans, Godwin, Ikbuka, McMillan. I mean, that's just
You
four wide receiver two at least level guys right there.
you probably have two wide receiver ones, two wide receiver twos.
Yep.
Like and Baker Mayfield, it's the exact type of team you want to have that many good wide receivers because they're gonna run so many pass
Oh,
heavy.
yeah. Is Bucky Irving and Rashad White the best running back tandem besides the Lions right now?
Probably it's
It's absurd how good this offense is.
the offense is just all cylinders. The offensive line's pretty good too.
Winfield is an incredible safety. Their defense with Vea, with all the guys they got there.
The defense also, I don't know, their defense just seems like the defense that all every year is together as a team and is gonna go get it done. They have that desire.
Yep, but it's also like kind of like the Steelers and the Bills. It's kind of like a scheduled thing that they get the fourth seed and make get one playoff win and lose in the DS.
It is true. They're gonna face this like wild card team and either lose then or then lose in the DS.
Unless Tom Brady signs with you, that's probably where you will end up.
Yeah, you're gonna need Brady to maybe come back from doing whatever he's doing right now.
Yeah, and Bowles is a good coach too.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna throw another hot take in there for the North or the West if you want to get
what's
that started right now.
who's last?
Seattle Seahawks.
I was sort of gonna pick them too.
You're gonna pick them?
I was gonna say
All right, we got
I'll
a double hot take here. We both have the Seattle Seahawks in fifth.
double hot
I don't
take.
know what it is about Seattle this year, but
It's a lot.
they don't excite me a lot. Sam Darnold with that offensive line.
It just feels like all the other teams you can see a little bit of like I can see this team being good. Like they have these stars on it. Seattle, you have Darnold, but beyond that, you have guys, but it's just not good enough.
You put like one of the worst like on the run passers with one of the worst offensive lines and expecting it to be good. I don't think it's a very smart plan.
And who's their coach?
Good question. They won't.
I don't know.
You need like a Kevin O'Connell last year, like with the Vikings to be like that kind of guy, but
It just doesn't seem like the coaching's good enough. It doesn't seem like, and obviously quarterback and no line. Nothing about it seems great to me.
Mhm.
Now, third place, I'm going with the Arizona Cardinals.
I'm also gonna go with the Arizona Cardinals. It's a big step up from the basement.
They're in third this year.
Marvin Harrison's gonna break out. James Conner is a great running back. Kyler
Harrison
Murray's gonna break
Connor
out.
Murray's one of those guys. He's like I'm not exactly in the same category as a Herbert or Trevor Lawrence, but he's sort of like that. He's a good quarterback who people know the name, but he just hasn't been great the past couple of years.
Trey McBride too. Oh my.
Yeah, McBride, Marv, Connor, Kyler, that offense is so good.
Mhm.
But defensively,
Defensively, they got Baker. They got
it's not
they just
terrible.
drafted Walter Nolan. They signed Josh Sweat. It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's this team seems like it's growing, and in a couple of years, they're actually going to be a serious team.
Yep.
Now,
But the kind of like the it's not necessarily make or break year, but the 49ers, I'm gonna go with the second place team.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Rams in second.
You want the Rams in second?
I do. I'm gonna differ from you here. I think it's not as much of the Rams being a bad team. I think they're a very good, well-rounded team. I just feel like the 49ers, again, they're almost like the Texas Rangers this year. Or like
Yeah.
a team that was so good, was in the World Series, and then they just dropped off. And for them, they were in the division or the championship game against the Eagles the other year. They were in the Super Bowl, and they still have most of those pieces there. So I think they're going to be back to that number one in the division.
Yeah, I think coming off a down year, it's always hard to bounce right back up. You gotta kind of like slowly build
Yeah,
back up. But the talent's there with Christian McCaffrey, with Brock Purdy, with that
Purdy.
really, really good defense.
A lot of Purdy hate, which I sort of disagree with.
Purdy's a good guy, especially Ayuk's a good receiver too.
I
Ricky Pearsall is gonna have a good year with increased targets.
here, so yeah, I think there's just a lot of guys on that team who are going to be good.
But I just think the Rams with like Stafford, one of the best long ball throwers, and yeah, Devontae Adams and Nakua now.
Puka, isn't Cooper Cup still there? No, he's
Cooper
left.
Kupp's a Seahawk.
He's a Seahawk.
Stuck with Sam Darnold.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
that's gonna affect Cooper Cup. When you're used to like Stafford is sort of a pocket passer, and you go to like a
Complete pocket pass.
yeah,
Like
with that offensive line, he's not gonna be a pocket passer.
that's true, but
But yeah, I think that defense is good enough to hold a really really good offense. Kyron Williams is also really good. So yeah, there it is.
yeah, for sure. Well, we thank you guys for listening to episode 4 of the Princeton Playbook. Stay tuned. Episode 5, we're going to talk about from these NFL teams where the seeding, who's playoff matchups, all that. Go through a full bracket and state our picks for that.
And we'll also talk about some other stuff. Obviously, I'm not really
Yeah,
sure yet.
but
Maybe some big thing happens in the MLB or anything like that.
yeah, little MLB as it gets closer down the stretch. Talk a little bit about that.
Yep. And also, if you're a friend of the podcast, of course, if you're seeing this, let us know because we're probably gonna have like a guest come on the podcast soon too.
Yeah, we'd love to have
So
you.
stay tuned for that. Obviously, as
That
we turn to the school year, obviously a lot of exciting stuff with
maybe get.
football and stuff coming up.
Yeah, for sure. All right, thank you.